Good evening, I am Adventure Argonaut and this is Stafford Case, and this is probably gonna be the last stream of this game since there's only one case to do, and that's a side story, side quest or something. So yeah, I hope it's gonna be more interesting than the previous side story. Like it wasn't bad or anything, the other one, but it was, well, for one, there was no actual gameplay. It was just reading text and no puzzles or anything. And also a part of, like, some of the stuff felt a bit redundant and pointless, like the topics that were I don't know, that were discussed. So let's go to new game. Oh, we start here, that's good. I just wonder, like, why is it in episodes? Like, who is actually gonna, like, no, I'm gonna start with case number 4 or something, like. I guess it's good, like, for later on if you wanna, I don't know, start it from an, like, just, I really like this one case, I wanna play that, maybe for that reason, but it's like, who would do this out of order normally? The side story contains spoilers for case 5. Would you like to view this episode? Yes. Well, that's good. Case 5, that's the last case. So this is hopefully gonna actually further the plot. Good job, you two. Let's finish the investigations there for today. We'll finish up what we've been preparing when you get back, Brian. Understood. Notrick, be ready for 6 o'clock. Don't forget your Senna support. Alright. Well then, see you at the restaurant tonight, Brian. Indeed, see you then. Seems like things have settled into their places to a certain extent. There are certainly a good deal fewer incidents occurring in the Money Affairs division compared to before. Has it really been a month since that case? Notrick, at our company dinner tonight, what would you like to eat? How about we make it something special that we don't usually go for? And that means we splurge and go for something other than chips or Indian for the first time in a while. Though I can't make any promises regarding taste. Yep, sounds good to me. I see that the project's on his mind again. That should give his thoughts a break from time to time. Brian, what was that? What was that? The Trump Tower Theater. Looks like they're getting ready to go again. Yeah, but last time I saw it, the banners had been taken down. Let's save, because like the previous side story, there was some weird bug that first time, I played it for like 5 minutes and then it went back to the beginning. Or sort of ended the whole thing before anything could happen. Anyway, they were, however, no, maybe it'd be better if I took advantage of the situation. We still have time before our appointment, yes? Pardon? Yeah, about 2 hours or so. Well then, how about we play hooky, as you say, Sarge? Oh yeah, Notrick is the new Sarge. Side 2, preparations. Preparation H. Ah, it's these guys. Don't you think we'll have disputes regarding plagiarism? Should be fine, no? It's not like they pay us much heed anyway. What's the subject of discussion here? Yeah! My deepest apologies, I had no intention of ignoring copyright laws. Huh? Detective Brian, it's been far too long. I must thank you again for before. And who's that with you? Detective Case, yes? That's right, I had no idea you remembered me though. My apologies for barging in like this. I just saw the door was open and just so I'm remembering right, the man with the peculiar hairdo is Frederick Vernon, making the woman heading behind him Oz Aston. During Note's first case upon arriving in London, these were two of our prime suspects. I see the two of you are still around. When I saw that banner had been taken down, I thought it was the end of Trump Tower. Actually, we haven't been here in quite some time. The process of acquiring the rights to the theater has been a long and arduous one, keeping us away until recently. We are thinking of clearing away the cobwebs with practice before starting the show once more. After trying out this and that, we found that this is all we've got going for us. That's the peculiar look. I do remember Vernon despising the getup. Ah yeah, the hairstyle, yeah, because it was the ringleader's idea. But he's dead now. Still, with all that happened, it's probably gonna be hard to continue under the name Trump Tower. That's why we were just thinking of a new name for the circus. And since I handle ice and Freddy handles fire, so it's Song of Ice and Fire. Oh, okay. Song of Ice and Fire. I didn't know she was gonna say that. I was joking. It does sound catchy, but I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. Wait, no. This is the 60s. I think the first of those books were written in the 90s. Of course, this is a different reality, basically, so whatever. There's a famous theater that goes by the exact name. Ah, okay. Then a dance of fire and ice. Changing a single word makes it feel even more like plagiarism. How about like a fart of hot and cold? No other choice then. We'll just have to go with the name I picked. Huh? But from this point forward, we are the Chaos, Darkness, Apocalypse. That's so Junibyo. Doesn't feel like the best of names to me. Not good, very not good. Once you hear the philosophy that inspired the name, you'll think twice about it. I imagine hearing that will only make it worse. You think? Thank you, I almost became the White Angel of Chaos, Darkness, Apocalypse. I sort of like Yeah, well, sounds like you two almost had a real problem on your hands. Well, I guess we got time to think about the name. After all, we got a lot of other things to prepare for the performance. A rather enjoyable concern to have in the end. It's all thanks to you, Detective Brian. Without the help of Bureau employee, we would never have been allowed to use our skills during a performance again. I'm glad to have been I'm glad to have been a help. I'd actually love to continue helping, but that will be quite difficult for the foreseeable future. Busy with the investigations, yes? Yeah, actually, the rate of phenomena-related cases has taken a steep decline. We've been redirecting our efforts as of late. I see that your efforts are paying dividends then. Pardon? Rumors are circulating. People tell of the staffer investigators now able to use their skills to catch criminals in an instant. I think it's acting as a deterrent, and that's why your cases are dropping. You think? There are, of course, those who speak ill of the people who work at the Bureau, but you've got some people rooting for you too. Well, that's reason to give thanks. Well, we're keeping you busy then. You busy people far too long. From here on out, we'll rely on our own strength to pull through, so don't worry about us. Indeed, we wish nothing but success for the opening of your theater. Or new theater. Shall we ask for Miss Keller's opinion for the new name for the circus? Oh, that's quite a good idea. You can really do that? Detectives, is it possible for you to meet with Miss Keller? We can. Since Detective Case has recently taken charge of that business, he's able to involve himself in such things within reason. I sort of like this, you know, plot hook. Like, I do hope there's gonna be like actually some crime we have to solve as well, but it's like, you know, sort of still more laid back and also referring to old characters we met. Please do it as a favor to us. We have no means of getting in touch with her. But of course there would be no way for an outsider to get in contact with Julia Geller since involved in the project. Oh, wait just a second. I have a letter I wrote before. Could you pass it to Julia as well? Note. Should be fine, though you probably won't be able to get a reply. Thank you. Give me 3 minutes. Wait here. Wait up. I'll grab mine too. Merely mentioning Julia Geller, the Cold Atmosphere Sword, seems as though they were deliberately avoiding the topic. If the new theater does well enough, maybe even Julia Geller will have a place to return to. That would be nice to her. Nice for her. Detective Brian, seems like we're getting rather famous too. Ah. Indeed, from the infamous Woods case and all the social ramifications that came with it to increase in arrests since your arrival, I guess that's just sort of a given. Woods case is the creature thingy, right? Fewer cases is a good thing at the very least. Seems like information regarding your skill and Detective Thena's skill may get out in the open, though. From now on, even when we do uncover who the culprit is, we've got to stop info about your skills from leaking. That's certainly a possibility. I'll pass that along to Thena. This is all the fruits of our hard labor over a very long time, so we should be happy with this. So why think of the negative side effects first? Let's do a save. He's filled in a lot of the holes in his game since arriving. He's become a proper sergeant. But because of that, I'm quite nervous. Detective Thena, any problems on your end? Note, I interrogated the teacher like you asked, but she says she'd rather die than give up her accomplice. What should I do? Does it sound like she's afraid of this accomplice? No, it feels more like she wants to remain loyal to whoever it is. Then use those shoes from before and interrogate some of the students. Shoes? Are they like a staff item shoes? You think a student might have been her accomplice? Wait, more importantly, what's this about shoes? That's for you to figure out. After all, you've got to get used to working solo from now on. You've gone full sergeant mode on us these days. All of the cutesy energy is gone. I was never cutesy. Yeah, I guess you got me there. Well then, I'll see you at the dinner. So, sorry, I only heard the last part. Could you say that again? So, I guess I heard it correctly the first time. Would you mind giving me a subject you'd like my thoughts on? Those two before. Anything stand out? Just that they seem better off than I imagined, and I'm glad for them. I knew before, but it never stops surprising me just how much you keep in touch with those involved in our cases. Probably quite a chore. Well, as you very well know, it's more like a hobby to me. Come to think of it, there are 2 other stops I'd like to make. Are we gonna see others from cases past? We are. I just wanted to stop by and say hi before we leave the area. They're people you know, so I'd appreciate it if you'd join me. Alright, no skin off my back. Thank you, so the place we'll head to first is Let's just go in the order. Woods, the creature facility. I can't hide, I can't hide, I can't hide. Actually, she's singing like I'm not scared or something. Yeah, you got. I can't remember the words. I sort of like her singing. Yeah, I wanna hold your hand. So is it Beatles? I wanna hold your hand. It's been a while. I see it's the both of you today. I'm not really familiar with that song, but I'm quite the Beatles. It was Beatles, damn it. I'm getting so good at guessing. Oh yeah, because it's the 60s. Yeah, makes sense. Who isn't? And for your information, the part you forgot before was stop, you should know from what you saw. I like us all to pretend the last 20 seconds never happened. Is there some other business that brings you today? I told you I didn't need your help anymore. That's good to hear. Lisa Moko, the handler of creatures and the person dragged into a murder investigation after being used by the criminal to commit his crime during the Woods case. Miss Moko, I see you've continued your work here at Woods. Yes, as unfortunate as that may be, I haven't found a new job yet. That's why the last time I stopped by, I connected you with a number of companies I knew. Did none of them work out? Those places. We failed to reach an agreement regarding working hours. After all, I have to be here once a day to manage this place. If I were unable to make it back, all the creatures here would die. After all, the president, the vice president, even the other despicable human are all gone. It seems as though the investor who bought up this place has no intention of actually running it himself, so I've got no other alternatives. If it's alright, I could always... No, this is not your job, detective. Indeed. Regardless, this job is not so simple that I could leave it in the hands of someone so untrained. I just hope the man sells these creatures quickly. I have no idea Lisa Moko would be the one to take charge of this place. After all, Woods is the origin of the controversy surrounding the creature issue. I imagine she'd want to distance herself from this place just as quick as can be. I know the thought is slightly rude, but it is rather surprising. That's rather surprising. I figured you'd be out of here without hesitation the second you could be. Pardon? I mean, yes, I surprised myself as well. This beast, I never thought their fate was any of my concern. In the end, though, I spent more time with these animals than with my own mother, so it seems I've formed a hateful sort of affection for them. Or perhaps I just want to relieve some of the guilt I've been feeling. Guilt? Are you sure I can't be of some help? Pardon? If you don't take back what you said, I'll spread the word about these creatures to some companies that might be interested in buying them. Well then, I take it back. Actually, please, I could use your help. Indeed, I'll send some letters off tomorrow. Wow, the lack of responsibility I saw during the case has disappeared. That's why I brought Note in the first place, but what could have caused such a drastic change in her? Because she's actually the mastermind of the Illuminati. 1 hour after case closed, the date of President Thompson's death. Okay. Flashback. Thank you for coming to see me, Miss Moko. Why exactly did you call me in here by myself? They ruled I was innocent for this. I had no idea about any of it. That ghost of the crime horse committed and what was going on in the basement. Yes, I'm quite aware. Of course I am. That's why I wanted to meet with you. Pardon? Miss Moko, I have a favor to ask. I have a few reporter friends and I would like you to make a statement to them, just as I've written it right here. This is nothing much. It really says that the underground experiments were strictly at Wood's thing, brought on by pure dogma, and that our bureau employees brought the corpses to light of day, something like that. I told you before I knew nothing about what was going on in the basement. I couldn't have known whether it was dogma or whatever that drove those atrocities. Now, of course, you knew nothing. That's why I was kind enough to bring you a script now. So you're asking me to put in a good word about the bureau, yes? Oh, really? Don't think I need to repeat myself. My apologies, but I don't want to further involve myself with this. I have no reason for cooperating with you. Do you really believe that? Pardon? You say you're innocent, but I do believe it was on your orders that this creature went on for the victim. But that horse tricked me. Yes, you hid that truth from my detectives. Plus, are we supposed to just take your word, at your word that you know nothing of the basement? No, it's the God's honest truth. Aha, of course I believe you. However, what do you think the innocent civilians who are gonna get dragged into this case will feel? I'm sure they already know quite a lot about your sins, so even if you claim you're innocent, you think they'll take that as the truth? Isn't it better to be a conscientious objector than one defamed by false accusations? That's Miss Moko. I only have one favor to ask. I have a few reporter friends and I would like you to make a statement to them, just as I've written right here. You said that exact same thing only a moment ago. You think I've forgotten? It's alright. The answer will be different this time. If I do as you say, what will you do for me? Miss Moko, I love people like you who have zero moral code. People like you are cheap. At that time, if I turned him down, would the case surrounding the president have just gone away? If so, then my little guy might not have been put down. And maybe I'd have been able to forget about this place and start over. I can't believe he's helping me with his employment and now creature bias. Why is this guy Brian helping even? I don't get it. Seriously, I'm surrounded by people I just don't understand. Still, with his help, it'll be goodbye to this place. Really goodbye. Monkey. Hey Anderson, I told you to stop coming out of your cage whenever you want. Kick? Hey, stop following me around like this. Just stay back. Because of me, you're gonna be sold somewhere, and you'll never know a life of peace. They're always gonna judge you. Just like me. Just like staffers. Hey, I said stop following me. I'm serious. You never do what you're told. You're a lot like your previous master, aren't you? Girl? The case at that residence left a lasting impression on me. Okay, now we are at the venue of the third case. Sorry about all that back then. No, I don't mean it was a particularly bad impression. Actually, I should like to thank you. I don't remember doing anything deserving of thanks, but I'm glad you feel that way. But why are we here exactly? Elle moved out and someone else lives here now. That was fast. Well, like 2 months or something. I guess in that time, because first I thought it's only 1 month, but I guess it should be more than that since this case. I didn't bring you here today to go inside. This guy. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my wares, treasures and goods that will make your deepest wishes come true. As expected, here once more today. Oh, you see, we have no bias interested in power overwhelming. Willie Montague, he's the man who provided us with the information during our case at the Miller residence. We did catch him for his act of theft, but the wife of the deceased took it easy on him, so he avoided prosecution. Been a while. Finally, a man attracted by this sort of Montague. Ah! Wait, what are you two doing here? Mr. Montague, that's what I'd like to ask you about. What exactly is going on here? Just a small job I do on the side. As you can see, I'm here on business. Doesn't look like much of business from your understanding. Montague has been selling his collection at this spot every week. I have. Ever since the incident, I can't stand looking at stuff. Thus, I've been selling the pieces in my collection on the side. As you both know, my pieces are all rated unarmed, so this is far from illegal activity. But why sell them at this spot in particular? Hasn't the new owner of this place had anything to say on the matter? Oh, the buyer went back on the deal. I'm not sure if the rumors of the staff Peter had are spreading, but quite a number of people interested in staff have been dropping by to have a look. It's been quite a long time since the old shed was demolished and the new one built, but no one believes it. Thus I'm here selling my collection to the people coming to get a look. After all, tourists are more apt to open their wallets. I want to make some money, like this, and after that I'm gonna buy this house. You want to buy this place, Mr. Montague? Peter was a friend, but I did things I shouldn't have. I can't stop thinking about that. I want to apologize, even if it's too late for Peter, and his wife is long gone. At this rate, the house is gonna be demolished to make room for a new one. But I can't let that happen. In the end, I have far too little shame. If perhaps one day Peter's wife were to come back, I'd like the house to remain intact for her. I understand the sentiment, Mr. Montague, but aren't you quite poor? You got me there, but not to the extent that it makes purchase completely out of the question. After all, my collection actually fetches a higher price than you might think, and this house is losing value every time I visit. Recently I heard rumors of strange people lurking about, so I think it's gonna become even more affordable. See, he's the strange people, I guess. Strange people? Indeed, I've heard of people wearing strange clothes and saying rather strange things. Those rumors? Willie Montague, don't you think they might be about you? Mr. Montague, don't you think the rumors might be about you? Pardon? Do you think if I do even weirder things, the price of the house will fall lower? A sudden shift in this line of thinking. I'm not sure if won't be any legal ramifications. Pardon me? Oh, I see you have a customer. If you wouldn't mind. Now then, I can see you're a man after a great deal of might. What can I help you with? You absolute saucer. The stuff you sold me is a heap of scrap. Don't be absurd, my good man. You must be This doll, you said it would respond to any question in a flash, but it's just spouting gibberish. I asked it where I might find some buried gold, but it named of some area that doesn't exist. Oh, it's like AI. Oh, that's what happens when you ask a doll something it hasn't been properly trained in. What's that supposed to mean? It's speaking total nonsense. But after hearing such nonsense, did you not find yourself motivated to get out there? No, impossible simply isn't the word in your vocabulary. Report, that's it. I report you to the authorities. My most sincere apologies. Perhaps this might interest you instead. It's a cloak that makes you completely invisible. Let's have a look then. I think he'll find himself in jail faster than he finds himself in that house, don't you think? Yeah, because the cloak makes him invisible like for a few seconds or something. I was just having the same thought. Let's head back. Thank you for accompanying me on this. Is there no one else you'd like to visit? Indeed, the only people I keep regular tabs on are the ones you just met. That's a lie. Do you believe so? Okay, can we, check a clue or something? Like, I wish this side quest would have at least some sort of puzzle to solve, like, some case. Like, it doesn't have to be murder, like maybe it's just a cat that's gone missing and we have to find it or something. People call on the phone for your help almost every day, but the people today were acting as if they hadn't seen you for a while. On top of that, those were all the people involved in the cases I worked. Specifically, they were all involved in cases that our previous sergeant tried to meddle in. Remarkable. And here I was thinking I'd just pull the wool over your eyes for at least a few moments. Seems like I did nothing of the sort. So, your thoughts? What was all this for? What answer are you expecting exactly? Vernon and Aston are starting up a new circus. Moko is beginning to take responsibility and Montague is still far too immature. But he's decided to atone for his sins in his own peculiar way. Sergeant Redfins believed that those people would be unable to accept the truth regarding their individual cases. Yet in each case, they're trying to move past this, just as you said. I just wanted to hear that you realized that. I see. Thank you. It does make me feel a little better. That's a lie. On what are you basing that on? Just a feeling? Need a bit of a logic holding it up, so I can't really refute it. So which part of it rubs you the wrong way? I don't believe your line of thinking could be wrong. In the end, it may be just a matter of dumb luck, but if I had hidden the truth back then, those people wouldn't exist right now. Just like I changed during my time here, they changed as well. In that sense, I may have made the correct choice regarding those people we met today. But that only goes for the versions of them we met today. You're here. Thanks for the ride. You're already looking out for Athena as well, so I couldn't let you drive on top of that. It's really nothing. I'll drive tomorrow. No, it's quite alright. It's already been decided that Athena's doing the driving. Is that right? Then I'll be headed to Underground for something I've got to see. I may be a bit late, so you all go ahead to the restaurant first. Indeed, we'll be waiting for you there. So are we gonna go see the people from case number 4? Yes, we are. This one. Well then, are you ready? Oh, is he on his way? Yes, 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3. He's here. Mr. Elroy, state the password quickly. Venice. Yes, that's correct. The skill usage does not count towards your 1 every 15-day limits. Phew, these moments are always so nerve-wracking. The time difference in predicted arrival was negative 2 seconds. The time it took between arrival and password transmission was 4 seconds. As expected, the window of error under 12 hours is minimal. We'll have to try for longer next time. Then just leave that to me. Okay, so we're doing experiments with his Steins Gate abilities. Well, good work on this one. Anything crazy happen in the future 12 hours? You expect to change in a measly 12 hours. I mean, I'm as healthy as ever. However, I've never tried to hone my skill to the second mark before, so it's been quite nerve-wracking, as I said. So, what's the point in honing accuracy like this? Mr. Elroy's skill, if honed, can be used to prevent a number of accidents. However, this facility limits the use of his skill to once every 15 days. However, when he uses his skill for public interest, we can give Mr. Elroy a code. The password corresponds to the time he's to come back to. Password, like the word Venice, he said before. Venice is the password for 5:30 p.m. of this very day. Got all the passwords written in this file. 5:30 Venice, 5:31 future, 5:32 intersection. The password changes every minute, so using this we can prevent Elroy from using his skill as he sees fit. Yes, this method requires the person who gives Elroy his passwords to memorize one password for every minute of the day, which is 1440 passwords per day. We can't be having errors in the system though. How many other eccentric people do we have like you who are capable of such a feat? I initially had one password every 30 seconds, but the cabinet secretary insisted it be one per minute. Then you're concerned by the possibility that Elroy may exploit the system to overuse his skill. I mean, if this is the system that the man once set up, even if it takes some time, it can stop some rather dire situations from happening. That's right, that goes for Project Tetrapod as well. We had to design these systems so that they follow the will of the cabinet secretary, allowing none others to get involved. As expected, if it's ever going to be possible to finish this job, I'm gonna need more people. What now? Ah, source. Yes, of course. Mr. Elroy, when are you traveling back from? 10 days in the future. I came as far back. I came back as far as I could travel. Unfortunately, source is the password for 2 minutes from now. That's unfortunate. You're hereby banned from using your skill for the next 15 days. And since you were off by 2 minutes, please know that even if you were able to repeat the password in the next 2 minutes, it would be invalid if you were to make a mistake. I know. I'm the one who made a mistake, so why is you guys who look so down in the dumps? I know what's going on, so don't worry, bro. Right. 10 days, that's a big jump in timing. Don't you think you're rushing this? No, it's better than failing due to lack of commitment. Mr. Elroy saying that nothing happened means that there were no dangerous incidents in at least 10 of the 15 days he'll be unable to use his skill. I see. If you were to turn back time 5 days, fail, and something were to happen during one of the 10 days he was unable to use his skill, he wouldn't be able to come back at all. No, actually, Morlo Arrow would be able to come back, but then the neurotoxin would kill him where he stood. I see. Right. However, on our 5-day gap is still a threat. Our 5-day gap is still a stretch, so I'm gonna have to ask for a reduction in his usage limit to once every 10 days. I'll pass that up to the top. It's time you headed along. This experiment too is all to decrease the danger of what we are about to embark on, isn't it? It is, and I must be going. The killer woman. I know you don't need to play like that. I know what I'm doing. I just used Mr. Elroy like a tool. The staffers really like to be used as tools. Just like a tool, one you use, not caring whether it breaks or not. One that can die under the neurotoxins with zero repercussions. I know what's going on. That's what Mr. Elroy always says. It's no lie either. That takes some of the burden of guilt off of me. However, it doesn't change the meaning behind my actions. It's always been this way, and it continues with what I'm about to embark on. Of that I'm sure. Ooh, dog. The cake is a lie. So? Why are we focusing on this cake for so long? Mr. Inspector, nice to see you. Doug, have you been a good boy? Yes. I just read a book that was this thick. Here, look at the drawings I made. Oh, look at this. It's a tree, and this cake was delicious. I envy you. But the book wasn't all that interesting, even though it was written by my favorite author. Back to talking about books, I guess I'll eventually get used to this meaningless banter. Of course, the book wasn't interesting. Any violent or titillating content would have been censored out of it. The stories you tell are much more interesting. What sort of case did you solve today? Alright then, the story I have to tell you today is about a theft. Come on, theft again. The murder mysteries are so much more fun. Doug. What did I tell you the last time? Murders are things that shouldn't be happening in real life. Yes, and people killing people is something we should be sad about. After all, we would be unable to meet those people again for the rest of our natural lives. How about thefts? So thefts should still happen, even though, of course, usually they are lesser crimes than murders, but still. When I die, it'll be off to the land in the sky for me. Then you won't be able to see me until it's your time to be off to heaven. I don't want that. Right, that's why we shouldn't hope that murders... That's why we should hope that murders don't actually occur. That's why talking about or even recalling murders isn't a thing we should be doing, ever. Murder is only a thing for the imaginations of evil people. It's something that doesn't and shouldn't happen in the real world. So what? Does it mean, since we are playing this murder mystery game, that we are evil? Right, I'm sorry. It's fine, from now on, just be a good kid. Doug, you keep working on that. Laugh. This kid who's done nothing wrong is told to work harder at repressing his thoughts, and then he laughs about it. And here I am, relieved to hear that laughter, as if the kid in front of me is some sort of unimaginable time bomb. Well, sort of. Besides, today's case was no ordinary theft. Wow, the royal jewels passed down from generation to generation were stolen. Wow, did you get them back? Well, what do you think happened? So is he just making up the case to, like, distract the kid? This is my new daily routine. I got to talk about events that never happened and place myself into the hero's role in these stories, so yeah, I guess it never happened. I've got to create these lessons and teach them as if they were the truth. Although this boy and I helped locked away. Back then, I said I'd move toward the truth, but now I'm the one depending on a pack of lies. Now, even if the person was standing within arm's reach, I could do nothing but admit I was wrong. Every time I come down here, I totally and completely understand why the sergeant made her choice. Now, in this world, lies are the answer. Alright, that should do it for the preparations. The esteemed detective has returned. Welcome back. From the look of her, it seems like she's wrapped up in a case, alright. Now, I really do believe that my talents are just late to show themselves. All this time I've just been a lump of protein shifting around in a cocoon. However, right when the student I suspect started talking about the plaster bust, it came to me. There was white powder on the victim's shoes. That's all based on the advice note gave her earlier. There's only one truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Have you packed your things? Indeed, I'm ready to set off. I see. Well, don't you be worrying about us. The grey matter in my brains has all begun to awaken. Seeing you so confident like this does make me feel relieved. My concerns instead rest with... Note? Indeed, he's been seeming rather fidgety of late. I'm worried he's gonna burn himself out. Tried my best to put his mind at ease, but I don't think it was enough. It's too big a job for me. Of course it is. There's only one person who can give advice to someone as insanely stubborn as Note. I'm also aware, but said person... Knock knock, excuse me. No, it's Freya Moose, whatever. Freya, what are you doing here? Yeah, me. Must we be so cold? We're all in the same boat as colleagues once more, are we not? Nah, you're right. We all been in the same boat this whole time. I'm the only one who's been ignorant to that fact for 2 years now. No need to go that far. I even brought you a gift. Gift? Information on Pandoria Redfins. Ooh. I'll have you know it was hard to get a hold of. How are we supposed to know she'd run down a path our skills couldn't track her through? In the end, it was just legwork that I managed to join up a clue. Your previous sergeant got on a boat headed to Charleston Harbor, so that was 20 days ago now. Even though there's a big enough city that way, the Bureau's presence there is rather lacking, so it's gonna take some time to track her down. In the end, there's nothing better than some good old-fashioned Bureau boots on the ground. Huh? What's wrong? What do you think? Will it be okay to pass this on to Note? If Note were to meet up with Pandy, we don't need a repeat of what's already happened, but there's no way we're gonna hide this from him. You're right. What is it? Was there something between Detective Case and Redfins? No, don't tell me. Are you serious? Wow. Unlike what appearances would suggest, the kid's a bro. Okay, that must be why he asked me to look for passage back to North America, huh? What was that? Case asked for a favor. He said there was a good chance that the old sergeant was gonna make her escape to somewhere of significance. He said we should look in New Mexico since that's his home state. Note said that. He said if we were to find her that we should refrain from violence, but he doesn't actually think we'll be able to track her down. What a jerk. Are we worrying about this too much? In the end, our new sergeant is never one to act out of moderation. All done? Chief, were you waiting up for me? Since you hadn't arrived yet, Fina and Brian were just sitting there, staring at the food in front of them. I was about to starve alongside them, so I figured I'd come escort you there myself. I see, then we should be off. This work with Doug, are you gonna keep it going? I told you before, there are many people besides you qualified for that job. Anytime we want to stop. Still, the cabinet secretary assigned the job to me. I think perhaps he's trying to crack my moral code with it. As I lied to the kid I locked up in the first place, I'm supposed to realize my own complacency in all of this. It's like he's saying, if you love the truth so much, go ahead and tell Doug a single time. After all, my tendency to pursue the truth, start to finish, can only be viewed as a threat by that man. I really don't understand, but if you know all of this, why continue? I could probably stop meeting Doug face to face like that, and at least until I got my thoughts in order, I could put off meeting up with our old sergeant. Even with my eyes closed, I could still get where I needed to go if my feet would carry me. Yet, I can't change my path. I can't change who I am. Thus, I have no reason to continue on any further. But this is no problem that can be solved by you alone making a change. That's why we must change the world itself. But if we were to do that, we'd be playing right into Cabinet Secretary's hand, and that's rather upsetting in its own right. Seriously, I wish you wouldn't blow things out of proportion like that. After all, I'm a rather small piece on this board. Yes, you're the best chief I've known. Considering who you have compared me to, excuse me if I don't jump for joy. Let's just go eat. Let's, what's on the menu? Herring pie and chocolate braised eggplant. Ew. Dear God, why? Because a certain person agreed with wanting to eat something besides chips or Indian. I was joking, you know. They took you at your word, Sergeant. So, are we finally gonna go to the dinner? That's all for my report. And Caucasus Brian, he just left for the airport. I see. I hope he's able to find what he's looking for. It won't be easy alone. Sending a larger dispatch would have drawn too many eyes, and they'd have limited mobility. It'll be far more effective to leave this in the hands of one man with a knack for investigations, such as Brian. We're gonna need more materials to finish the project. After all, Notric's abilities as a David are strictly limited to computations. He has no ability to gather any information for himself. For that role, we're gonna need a new David. You hear me? Don't get yourself caught up in all these strange happenings over nothing. Your job is to find that person. You think me that untrustworthy? Ryan, if you're in line at the airport and a lost someone comes up and up to you and asks you for help, what are you gonna do? Help them, of course. See, look, couldn't you have at least lied to me? But the person may have an important event on their itinerary that they can't afford to miss. You've got to stifle all that. Is that really how you want to begin this new adventure of yours? Besides, you got to find this David or whatever, then rush back to help. I understand. Indeed. Consider it a promise then. Out of all the things I realized after coming here, one of the most prominent is that the world as we know is much more of a wreck than people would like to think. I'm sure of something else. That's not just because of the phenomena. Even without the staffers, there's a discrimination in this world. Even without skills, we still have waves and waves of unhappy people. Even if the phenomena were to disappear, the world would still be messy and irrational. However, as long as phenomena and noise exist, I have no choice but to continue spouting lies. And I can't face the sergeant. If all of this is because the world has been turned on its head, if I'm gonna reach my hand out to her, I need to change the world in at least one way. So will you wait just a little longer? Wait until I get rid of mana. I'm not stopping, I just need the slightest bit of time to prepare. I'll be faster than anyone else. And I will come to you. And to be continued. Yeah, so there is a sequel. I have the sequel, so I guess I will start streaming that tomorrow. But I think that's only like a few hours, so it's much shorter than this one. And I think maybe you play as Red Fins. Okay, yeah, that was that. So yeah, I think you don't play as Notric or any of these people left behind. But I guess I have to give my conclusion of the game of Staffer Case. I thought it was pretty good. Like, of course, there are some plot holes and some illogical puzzles at times, but for the most part, I think the writing was pretty good and the characters were interesting and all that stuff. Like, of course, there's like many nitpicks I could come up with, like, you know, like pretty much all of the case there were like 3 suspects. Like, why always 3? Like, you know, why not a bit more or less or something? And well, they little bit switched it around for some cases. But anyway, like, you know, like I like the staff. I don't like the term staff or staffers and skills. That's a boring terminology. But like, you know, the solving cases with magical abilities with still like sort of logical rules behind them, I think is a good idea, and it's implemented fairly well for the most part. And like one thing I wonder, like, you know, how much have the staff skills affected the world? How is different? Like, has there been like, I don't know, some guy marches into the middle of Paris or something and uses his powers either to set half of the city on fire and killing thousands or even more, or I don't know, like just affecting their minds, turning them feral. Like, is there like event like that, sort of like in Shadowrun, Dragonfall? There was like the dragon that killed lots of people in Berlin and stuff. Like, are there events like that, or are they just afraid, like the Bureau, that something like that will happen? But it's like, on one hand, I sort of like it that they didn't try to explain too much, that it was sort of focused on the characters and the cases they have to solve. So it's not like trying to explain everything. I don't think that's a bad thing, but just, I guess it's good that it makes me think about the world beyond what I can see. But the ending was a bit disappointing. Like, of course, there's two side stories that, you know, I don't think they were bad, but like, yeah, they didn't have gameplay, and also they're a bit just wishy-washy. Like, you know, maybe they would be more interesting if like 1/3 of it was cut or something, sort of get to the point and stuff. But like the, you know, case 5, the ending, like it's a bit disappointing there was no major bad guy to catch or something, or like, you know, it's a interesting plot twist, I guess, that it's not really that Pandoria, she wasn't like a mastermind criminal. She just, yeah, she committed one murder to protect the protagonist. So it's like, you know, she was justified in what she did, and she'd been, you know, lying about her powers and stuff. Like, I mean, I guess it's a little bit disappointing, but like overall, I think most stories, like most endings to most interesting stories, tend to be disappointing. It's very difficult to end a story well. And like compared to the murders on the Yangtze River game I streamed a few months ago, like they were similar, but the main difference, of course, is that the Yangtze River game, that was all realistic, you know, the real world, it didn't have magic and stuff like that. So I guess I like the magic part, but in you know, Yangtze River, you sort of get to walk around. You're not just watching a visual novel, so that was good in that game. But maybe maybe because of the writing and stuff, I think this game I enjoyed Staffer Case a bit more. And I don't know, yeah, the writing and the magic stuff, they were nice, and also the ending, because in that game, spoilers, like, you know, the main bad guy turned out to be some evil Coca-Cola company boss, which like wasn't really a plot twist. That, you know, a bigger plot twist would be that there's a, you know, huge multinational corporation CEO and he's a good guy or something. But yeah, so, you know, similar games, both investigation stuff and Asian stuff, because that was Chinese, and this is Korean apparently, even though they speak Japanese. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I think this was pretty good, and I want to play the sequel. Oh yeah, and there's gonna be a third one. I think it's gonna be released this month, and I had no idea when I started streaming this game that there's gonna be another sequel that soon. I don't like. Eventually, I will probably get to it, but I think it's gonna be released at the end of the month and stuff. So I don't know, I might have moved on to other things, so I probably won't stream it immediately and don't want to pay the full price or the full price minus 15%, and I know that, but one day at least, if the reviews say that it's good, or maybe they drop the ball and it's gonna suck, and then I don't want to touch it, because I don't want to be disappointed, because I did like this game. You know, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Like surprising, like I'm not a fan of visual novels usually, but this is still a visual novel that doesn't feel that much like a visual novel. But with that, I'm gonna end the stream. I am Adventure Argonaut. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.